What do you do, backflips? You jump up there in a silly suit? What do you do?
You go BAM! I want you to play that.
I'm going to go, bam! I want you to play that. I'm going to come down there. I want you to play my records. Oh, what's up, Joe? How you doing?
How you doing? Good.
Oh, good to be back, everybody. How you doing? The Fast Freddie Rocks Youngstown podcast is back in action, and it is definitely good to be back on the podcast. We've been off for a couple of weeks. Last week, we had 4th of July weekend, and I had a ton of stuff to do. I got to tell you, my new job at Y103 at the radio station, there's a lot of work involved, and so we are going to get the podcast, though, back up and running here really at full speed very soon. Next week, we are off. I have bike night at Quaker Steak and Lube in Austintown next Thursday. We do that once a month. And then the following week, July 22nd, the band Apocalyptic Lovers will be here.
Beautiful.
And they got a new album out, and they're a good band, and they're a lot of fun. And then we're just going to keep things going. We got a lot of good stuff coming up here as we continue on. So actually, we've been in kind of a little bit of a lull here. Oh, but we do have the
Look at it's bringing you back in. The coffee is
go.
Bringing in great spirits.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yes. Next week, I'm heading back down to the Keys again.
Oh, are you really?
Yes, I am.
Oh, man, you lucky son of a gun. What is this thing that I see Elon Musk is doing? It's like a tunnel, and you'll float through the tunnel to get to the beach.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one. Really?
Yeah, look that up somewhere.
I will.
It was something about he's doing it in Fort Lauderdale, and I think you're going to go from the beach to the hotel, but you're going to like float through a wind tunnel or something.
Tesla beach tunnel. You got to be shitting me. I didn't hear anything about this.
Check this out, man. It's like
right.
it looks like a wind tunnel or something. I'm not really sure.
Well, they built one of these in Las Vegas, and they built a tunnel that you can drive your Tesla from the airport to the convention center, right? So that made total sense.
Yeah.
But to the beach?
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale struck a deal with Elon Musk. The Boring Company would offer rides and Teslas to hundreds of people for $5 to $8 per person.
Oh, it's in a car. The way they had the one picture on the website that I saw, there was people like floating through a tunnel. Oh, that's not nearly as fun as I thought it was. Never mind. My bad. Okay. I thought it was going to be like, oh, hey, we're floating through
He invented anti-gravity.
Right. That's what I thought. That's what the story that I looked at, it had that kind of a picture on it. Okay, well, never mind that. Okay, waste the time on that one. But first of all, I want to run down for everybody what we have going on here. Motorcycle activity, I got a ton of stuff going on. Let's see. This Tuesday, we'll be at the Ice House. Ice House, as usual, every Tuesday. And then this Wednesday, I'll be down at Quaker Steak and Lube in Sharon. And they're doing that once a month. We'll have dollar Bud Light drafts, and we have the Wild Wheelies or something stunt show. But we were supposed to do that last week, so it got rained out. So now they moved it to this week, and then the following Wednesday, then I'll be out at Yankee Lake on Wednesday.
So at bike nights, take me through the festivities. It's been forever since I've been out at the Sharon one. So they basically, you bring out the bikes all shined up and polished, and they kind of show them off a little bit.
Or dirty bikes whatever. We usually do a dirty bike contest, and some people think that we mean dirty biker, and they jump up, and then I have to explain, no. What do? We do all kinds of stuff. We do slow races. That's a lot of fun.
Okay.
We do a contest called Pole in the Hole at some of these that you'll just have to come out.
Okay. Yeah, leave that to your imagination.
Another one of our favorite contests is the pickle spit, where ladies, whoever can spit the pickle the farthest.
Okay,
and
got it.
Of course, that goes on. There's so many different ways you could go with hosting that, and you're talking about the pickle and
seductive and all that kind of.
It's really pretty easy because it's just one line after another about the pickle and the juice, and don't spit it out, and don't choke on the pickle, and who's got the longest pickle in the parking lot, and on and on and on and on and on that goes. And loudest pipes contest. That's always fun. Who has the loudest pipes? And those are some of the things that we do. And so my schedule is Tuesday at the Ice House in Austintown, Wednesday at Yankee Lake, except when we do the Lube. Then I'm at the Lube and Sharon on the Wednesdays that they have there once a month. We do Motor Monday once a month, first Monday of the month at Quaker Steak and Lube in Cortland. We had a blast out there this past week. We did a vintage pinup girl contest, and like Rosie the Riveter and that kind of thing.
Reenactments, like they all dressed it.
Oh yeah. They all dresses in poodle skirts and the hairdos, and they look like Jane Mansfield and all the old movie stars. Cool. So that went really good. And that was to get ready for the Rockabilly Ruckus, which is coming out to the Trumbull County Fair on August 6th through the 8th, I believe it is. And it's like a vintage throwback, rockabilly, tattoos, pompadours and crazy crazy hairstyles and poodle skirts and that whole thing. And they also do like burnout contests and cars and all sorts of crazy things. It's a big car show. On the Sunday, they have a bike show. It's going to be for kickstart motorcycles only, but bikes get in for free. So, but anyways, this gets back to what we do at the Lube on Monday, once a month in Cortland. It's just a Motor Monday. If it has a motor, bring it out. So we have some guys there in 4-wheel drives, and we have some, muscle cars and hot rods and classic cars. And then we got our bikes, and it's a good time. It's a good time.
Do electric motors count? Can I come out of the
Tesla?
Yeah,
you know what? Sure, you can bring it out.
All right.
Nobody said anything not to.
They haven't been nice to Tesla people, especially like the Mopar guys, and they really have. Oh yeah, okay, they're not kind to us.
Yeah, it probably we probably like kind of focus on gasoline. We like gasoline.
Fine. I'll make the noises. I'll get some recordings in there.
It's more limited to gasoline.
All right.
Okay. I think we're leaning a little bit towards the fossil fuels on that. We don't need no fancy Teslas out there. So what else have we got going on? That went good. And Thursdays, we've only done one Thursday. We've been getting hammered by rain lately. And we've had several years. As a matter of fact, I was looking at some of my memories on Facebook. And 6 years ago, I think it rained every Tuesday and every Wednesday for the entire summer. I think we had 2 years in a row like that, probably 5 years ago and 6 years ago, where it rained every single day, where we had just rain out after rain out after rain out.
Yeah, same thing used to happen at Sharon Speedway when I worked out there.
Yeah.
Like it would pick like it would be nice all week long, and then Saturday comes along and it gets drenched, and we had to like cancel 5 races in a row. Crazy.
And here's the thing with the bike nights, and some people say, "Oh, these guys are pussies. Why don't you come out?" If it starts raining or the weather looks threatening, like say from 5, 4:30, 4 o'clock, and even if it stops raining at like 6:30, 6 o'clock, people don't come out. They already make up their mind at 4 o'clock.
Right.
And if it's raining at 4 o'clock, chances are you're going to get the diehards are going to come out, and they're going to bitch that nobody's there. But then, for the bar to open up and have people there and set the bar up, and then nobody shows up.
Right. And nobody wants to get caught in the rain on a bike. They really don't. Even if they'll do it, they don't want to.
Right. If you do, you do. But there's a lot of people out there that just aren't going to start their journey and just take off in a thunderstorm.
Right.
But there's people out there that do. Let's see here. Let's see who's checking in here. Randy Freeze checking in. My neighbor, Big Rich. What's up, Rich? How are you doing? Elizabeth, our friend Elizabeth, rolled in here this afternoon, as always. And so that's some of the things that I got going on. Thursdays, the one Thursday a month, we do the Lube in Austintown. We only did one, but it was really good. It was off the hook. It might have been one of our best ones. And then, I'll tell you, here's a wild one coming up. This Saturday at the Brothers Regime Castle in Leavittsburg. They have the Shorty's Chicken Roast, and this is the first one back in a couple of years. And this thing is just off the hook. It's old school biker fun. They have an anatomy contest. I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
They usually give away trophies for the best pierced body parts. I've seen some things in there that have been etched in my mind to this day that I'm trying to get rid of. We do all the old school biker games. One of the fun games that we do out there is called the Weenie Bite. And what we do is, you hang a hot dog from some sort of a stand. So the hot dog is there hanging, and then you got a guy and a woman on the back of the bike. Although, it's 2021 now, so I can imagine you could, probably it's got to be for everybody,
right.
all inclusive.
Right.
But anyway, so you have the hot dog hanging down, and then the guy rides up on the bike and kind of pauses long enough so the bike doesn't fall down or he doesn't put his foot down for the lady to jump up like a bass, take a big chomp out of the hot dog, and whoever takes the biggest bite out wins the prize. And that's a good one. And the slow race is you have 2 lanes. And the idea is to be the last person across the finish line without going out of the lines or putting your feet down. So that's another fun one. But the weenie bite, we haven't done the weenie bite in a long time. There was a time we'd have 10, 12 people wanting to do the weenie bite. So I think that's about it. There's a lot of motorcycle runs coming up this weekend. I'll have that all on the Y103 Facebook page. I'll have that listed. And also coming up this weekend is the grand reopening of Youngstown Harley-Davidson. They're having a 2-day bash. They got the dice roll to win some bikes. And on Saturday evening afterwards, they have the biker brew house there where they have their own different beers, their own craft beers, and Thunderstruck, AC/DC tribute band will be playing there on Saturday. And then on Sunday, they got a big bike show. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man. The motorcycle season is really kicking off, and I know I got a lot of poker runs coming up. And
now, have you got to ride your motorcycle in a non-professional capacity yet, or you?
I took a couple of rides, but it wasn't like last year. I got to tell you, last year I put more miles on my motorcycle in a year than I ever did. I went fishing and caught the biggest fish I ever caught in my life. I was on Lake Erie. I was on Shenango. I was catching fish left and right. I was laying on the couch in my sweatpants, day drinking, coming down here, doing the podcast 2 days a week and, drinking margaritas. And, I really do embrace the deadbeat lifestyle. I really do miss it. I really, really do miss it. Some people complain about that. Go about a year without working and then try to get back into the groove and then have more responsibilities than you had on your old job. And tell me how you like it.
Yep. Elizabeth asks, Thunderstruck, where are they playing again?
Youngstown Harley-Davidson, Route 46 at I-80 on Saturday. I think it's in the evening. It's after they do some of the stuff.
Cool.
So, but that's some of the things that are going on. What else is happening? Concerts are starting to come back. Styx and Donnie Iris are going to be. Oh, you know what? The 29th, I might have to be down there. That's a Thursday. So I don't know. Or maybe we could do a little. I got to see what I have to do at the radio station, but that should be, boy, if we could get some of them guys to stop by, that would be cool.
That'd be neat.
That would be really awesome.
Right up the road,
I know. Yep. Hey, I might have to work on that. Maybe we could do like a little backstage or something. We could hook up the stuff remote, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah, we can.
Yeah. Hey, maybe they'll let you bring the bus down.
29th of July?
Yeah. Or are you going to be gone?
I'll be in the Keys. Okay.
Well, so much.
I ruin everything.
So much for that.
I'll have the equipment ready though. If you get the green light, take it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Styx and Donnie Iris and that's going to be a good show. I know all the Yinzards from Pittsburgh are going to love that because they'll be doing Renegade, wave your terrible towel. And Donnie Iris, he could probably be the mayor of Pittsburgh at this point in time. Yeah. He's so well loved down there. And
you know what I noticed? All of the like outdoor venues, I'm talking about like not even just the amphitheater, but parks, they're all hosting music, outdoor venues and stuff like that. We have, I was talking to Leanne and Rama last week when we were doing the movie night, and they said that basically everything is booked out solid for almost the rest of the summer. That's amazing.
I know. It really did come back strong for the bands. I'm really happy about that. It's really good for those guys. So everything seems to be coming back and getting back to normal, as long as no like variants or something goofy comes up and throws a monkey wrench in things, because I see they're having trouble in China again now. And as soon as you see that, you're like, okay, now what's going on there? They were able to stop us with this one. Let's try something else. Back to the laboratory,
right,
and see if we could make something a little more difficult.
We learned something about
they came up with that virus way too fast, They came up with that virus way too fast. Yep. We gotta stump them, gotta put them to work, make them think. Yeah, those Americans, they're dumb anyways. They'll never figure this out.
We'll get them
one way or another. But yeah, hopefully everything's getting back to normal. Sports getting back to normal. Indians got shelled again.
I saw that. They haven't had 9 games in a row.
That's the first time Terry Francona has lost 9 games in a row with the Cleveland Indians. But the injuries just piled up, man. He had that fluke injury with Naylor, that poor guy. Boy, that collision, and then Bieber, his shoulder, and then Plesac broke his thumb taking his shirt off. Stupid. There's a list. Maybe you could look that up. There's a list on there of crazy injuries from baseball players, and it's not like football where you get smashed or whatever, but like the littlest thing, like a blister, a muscle pull, you could twist something and it really knocks you off for baseball.
The freaking drone. You remember that?
The drone. Yes.
All right. So 2021, we got Zach with the wardrobe malfunction for the jersey.
And he was just taking his shirt off and his thumb got, caught in there a goofy way, and boom, off it went. This guy from the Braves, he had an injury when he punched the padded dugout bench, and he broke his pitching hand.
Oh, stupid. All right.
Here's a guy that was hitting the ball off the L screen and got hit in the eye with a ricochet during batting practice. Where's the one that the guy... the guy stayed in the tanning booth too long. Remember that one? That's probably on there. Here's a guy that was doing chores and he got hurt.
Right there. Marty Cordova.
Yeah, Marty Cordova, when he was playing with the Orioles, 2002, he fell asleep in a tanning bed and couldn't play because he was sunburned.
Oh, that's so bad.
Who else is on there that had an interesting one? The pole fell on his toe. Let's see.
Fell carrying luggage up for his flight.
Oh yeah, Trevor Bauer. Boy, that guy's in trouble, huh?
Yes, he.
Trevor Bauer. He's the drone guy. But have you read the things that he's accused of with this woman? And they're saying that it's all consensual. Okay. Now, here's my thing. Some of that stuff was so twisted. Even if it was consensual, do you actually, that doesn't mean you have to consent to it.
Right.
I mean, some of the stuff that he was accused of doing, strangling the woman. I know some people are into that right now, but punching and then like some of the text messages, I'll leave a red handprint on your ass. And, and when you see the back and forth between those two, I mean, you're sinking yourself, you're sinking your career because who does that kind of stuff? People are going to look at you forever and go, wow, this guy is out there. I mean, because
okay, listen, you're a rich, famous athlete. You have women throwing themselves at you, and that's what gets you going. I mean, you could have pick of anything,
punch me in the face.
Come on.
I love it. And you do it.
How can they not stay away from that?
And the crazy thing is, I mean, they're not denying what happened. They're saying, no, she wanted this, or this was consensual. And they're showing these text messages. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, once again, just because somebody consented to it, just because it was consensual, doesn't mean that you have to do it. It doesn't mean you have to jump in there and do that kind of stuff, especially when you're in the public eye like that.
Yeah.
You
have to know it's going to come out. Nobody's going to keep quiet on that. I mean, come on.
especially that. But then again, sometimes the way pro sports works, if you could hit a ball, if you could run, if you could jump, sometimes stuff like that seems to go under the carpet,
Payoff money, hush money,
or whatever, man. Hey, we need that guy. Okay, sure, he's goofy, but we got to win. This guy's going to help us win. We can't have him in jail, or we can't have him suspended. But yeah, Trevor Bauer. And I was following him a lot because he had some interesting stuff. He was a little edgy. I was following him on Twitter and all his social media. And he was the first one that knew the Astros were cheating. And everybody called him a crybaby when he first, talked about, the Astros are cheating. And then he was also one of the first guys that was accusing some of these players of putting that sticky substance on the ball and that kind of thing. And he was on that, and he was right about that.
Yep.
But now I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Yep,
yeah. Hey,
yours.
man.
Yep. And Big Rich, he is drinking espresso, double espresso. It is the best curated cup of espresso that you'll ever have. So if you're ever in the area, I'll serve you up.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Oh, he lives next door. I'll take him
All right,
home.
cool.
I'll take him a doggy bag. No, if you gave me one to go, it wouldn't make it home. It wouldn't make it through the other end of downtown Youngstown. It would be gone. Let's see. Yeah, so Trevor Bauer. Oh, man.
Are you excited for the Brownies to get going?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who isn't excited about that, man? Yeah, who isn't excited about the Browns? But being a Browns fan, I'm tempered. I want us to win the Super Bowl. I want us to go, baby. I want us to be there. I want to be at the parade before I get too old and frail and I'm there on a walker, or I got an oxygen tank. Well, at least if I got an oxygen tank and the riot breaks out, I could use that as a torch to burn a couch, or catch a car on fire, something like that. I could use that as a weapon.
Right.
But I would really like to see it happen here before I get too old to really party my ass off and celebrate the way that I want to.
Well, let me ask you about the quarterback controversy. I want to get your take on it. Number one, do we pay up for Baker this year? What do you think?
Well, we'll have to see what he does.
Okay.
We'll have to see what he does. I'm sure they'll pay up for everybody. If we have a great season and he earns it, I say go for it. That's how all these teams do it anyways. If you get a Tom Brady, if you got a Big Ben, have they ever said, oh, we don't want to pay Big Ben? Even now that he sucks, they're still paying him, but he took a voluntary pay cut.
Right.
But still, if he's the guy that's going to get it done for you, of course you got to pay him. Why not?
Yeah.
And
second thing, Aaron Rodgers. If you got a chance to get Aaron Rodgers, do you take it?
Oh, why do you even throw that in there? No, you know what? I would say no at this point, because I think the chemistry is too good. And I think these guys are really playing like a team. And I think in the offseason, you see how they're working out together and they're just developing this chemistry. And I think when you look at sports teams, and you've seen that with the Indians over the years, once you develop that camaraderie with the team and the players are close and you got that team spirit or whatever you want to call it, I think once you develop that takes you a long way. And if
we didn't have it for 20 years.
Right.
So
right. And this is the first time we've really had it. But I would say you've seen that on the Cleveland Indians teams over the years where, man, them guys were all buddies. They were all high-fiving each other. They were all tight. You didn't have somebody in there upsetting the apple cart, or you didn't have somebody that was a complainer, a bellyachre, a cancer, whatever.
Right.
And I think once you have that chemistry going, you really hate to mess with it. So
totally
I would just, let's not change it.
So my only fear is they're going to do that. They're going to get the offering and they're going to have to resist it.
I would say that is one of my pet peeves, period, in life is, can't you leave well enough alone? Do you have to mess with something every single day just to mess with it?
Yep.
Or it seems like you can't leave well enough alone. You can't let it sit there. You got to tinker with this, tinker with that. But you're a tinkerer. You're an inventor. You're a mad scientist. So I'm sure you're a tinkerer. You're not going to let something just sit there.
That one I would have to contemplate, just having the history and watching it finally get in a position where I'm happy with all the decisions and whatever. To dynamite that thing right now, it would suck.
Yeah,
really
it would.
bad.
It would. Nah, you don't want to touch anything. And the momentum's rolling. And I think a lot of those guys feel like they have unfinished business.
For sure.
Now you're getting the rivalry back up between the players with the Browns and Steelers and with the Browns and the Ravens. before the rivalry was pretty much between the fans. So it wasn't really between the players. Now, when these guys start taking these games personal, we knocked you out of the playoffs. You hit our guy in the head with a helmet. Now it really means something. And what about, aren't we playing Baltimore back-to-back this year?
I'm going to look up
back-to-back weeks. I'm pretty sure we are. Now, does that mean anything or does that not mean anything? I don't know. Is that just some kind of hype that they get that role and go, oh man, back-to-back games?
I like that they do that. That's kind of cool. Like, let's see.
We're playing the Steelers, the one game on Halloween.
Wow. November 28th, December 12th.
Back-to-back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And the pack on Christmas Day, prime time Christmas Day, the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers.
That's showing some respect right there.
And then we better not be duds. That's all I'm saying. You know how I love the Brownies. Here we go, Brownies. Yeah. Here we go. You know how I get fired up. I love the Browns, but I'm always cautiously optimistic because being a Cleveland sports fan, it just goes with the territory. We've had our heart broken so many times that you're kind of cautious,
Yep.
You're kind of cautious, but
do we have any special games like Monday night games or Thursday night games? I'm trying to look to see.
Yeah, we do. Who do we play on Monday night? I think that
I'm going to look at a different schedule that has days of the week there.
Oh, okay. And probably if you just, all you have to do is look at the times too. All right. Browns. Okay. Week 1, Saturday, 7:00 prime time against the Jaguars. Prime time on week 3 against the Falcons. Oh, that's preseason. Okay, never mind.
Here's regular season. Boom, okay, right off the bat, Kansas City Chiefs.
We come right back. I mean, see, that's why you don't want to change this team too, because I think the Browns thought that they could have beat Kansas City. I thought they could have beat Kansas City. So that's going to be a good game. They want to prove that they could beat us, and Kansas City, of course, is out to say, hey, we might not won the Super Bowl, but we were there.
Yep.
So that should be interesting. Houston Texans, that's a Sunday. Vikings. Oh man, where's Viking Jim? Where is Viking Jim? I'm sure he'll be at that game.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Chargers, that's a regular game. Cardinals. Regular game.
Broncos late night on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night prime time, 8:00 start for that one. Steelers on Halloween. Trick or treat. And then the following week we play the Bengals.
Yep.
And then we play the Patriots. The Patriots aren't the Patriots anymore. I think we can handle them. I don't think they scare anybody anymore. And we got the Lions. And then prime time on a Sunday with the Ravens on the first game. Oh, then we have a bye week.
So it's not
and
back
then we go back to the Ravens. Okay. All right. So it's not really back to back. Then we got the Raiders. They want to put that in prime time at some point, just because people love the Raiders.
Yeah.
I used to love the Raiders, man. Back in the day when I was a little kid, I was a huge Raiders fan. This was back in the day with Daryl LaMonica and who were some of the other great players that they had there. And then even, the Snake and Casper and all those great guys. Fred Biletnikoff was, back in those early days. And the reason that I became a Raiders fan, I was a Browns fan, but where we lived on Powersdale, even though Channel 27 was right up on top of the hill and they had like the NFL games on Channel 27 on CBS, we couldn't pick it up because we were in what was known as a shadow of a tower. The signal from the tower would go over top of us on an angle. And it would miss us, even though the tower was right there. The way the angle of the tower went, we couldn't pick up Channel 27 unless you had an antenna. And of course, my old man was too cheap to buy an antenna. That was back in the days when you had an antenna and a rotor,
right,
and the whole 9 yards. We were stuck with the bullseye, and the rabbit ears that came with the TV. And I think maybe at one point we bought some other rabbit ears, and
made them touch.
So that was like kind of our thing. So to explain the whole thing about my love for the AFL was on NBC. And the Channel 21 tower was like just practically off of my front porch, So even though there would be a shadow there, you're still able to pick it up because it was right across the street from your house practically. So that's when I started really watching all the AFL teams when they first came out, the Kansas City Chiefs with Len Dawson, and, the New York Jets with Joe Namath, and the Raiders were the team, and they were just so tough. And when the Raiders would play Kansas City, that was, it was a slobber knocker. Every time those two teams would play, they were like Brown Steelers. Yep. So that was really exciting. And it was almost like, the Browns were my team, but like I liked the Raiders, but I just really liked all the teams because, man, you had Broadway Joe with the Jets and being from Beaver Falls. And so everybody loved him. And then, you had the Dolphins, and it was really a lot of exciting football. The Chargers.
49ers?
Yeah. Well, they were NFC.
Right. But I'm just saying during that era that,
Oh, yeah. No, this was way before that.
Okay,
this was way before that. I'm talking 69, 70.
Before I was born.
yeah, back then. Yeah, well, I wasn't really there watching that. I was just I'm a history buff, and I was watching all these old things there. Yeah, no, I wasn't sitting
You're studying it.
Yeah,
isn't that weird to see week 18 on a football schedule here?
Yeah.
Get an extra game this year.
Yeah. But anyways, that's how I really got into the AFL back then. And then the AFL started having, it was just like exciting football, and then it just it did a lot, and I don't know. That was a big thing for me. But that's how I got into being a Raiders fan there. And it was just, some of them games were just so good. And I didn't really have like a favorite team, leaning towards the Raiders and the Browns. But with the Browns, we couldn't watch it on TV. So it wasn't like, there was something a little bit missing from that. Now, if my old man would have bought an antenna, if he would have broke down and we could have got an antenna up on our roof.
But then your life might be different. The butterfly effect.
And if we could have had a rotor on there.
Those fancy clickers.
Yeah, fancy clicker. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Not having somebody stand there and hold the antenna.
Don't move.
Yeah. Hold that just like that. Wait a minute. Maybe if we turn it like, oh, no, there it is. No, turn it back. People don't know the struggle. And that's when, out of town TV stations. Now, we were very limited to that. And it was nothing to watch. Like if there was something on there that you really wanted to see on some faraway channel, that you would watch it through the snow. And it wouldn't bother you. Like, let's see, channel 61, and that was out of Cleveland, channel 43. And
that's where I got all my Indians baseball if they're 43, and you couldn't see it half the time.
And then, you had the Gould and Goulardi and all that kind of stuff. And even if you couldn't get it in, you'd still watch it just because it was so entertaining. And then they had professional wrestling on there. That's back when it was big time wrestling. And I can remember always watching those matches on a black and white TV with all kind of snow. And it would be like Bobo Brazil from Cobo Arena in Detroit. And that's where the real wrestling was, man. Cobo Arena and Bobo Brazil against Pompero Purpo, the Australia or the Argentine wild man, and all them great guys. But you would watch it through the snow, and it was like, this is really
I want to
cool.
tell you, like watching a sporting event live was so much different than watching it through the snow, because they look like crystal clear. It was a whole different experience. Now with high definition, it's the same shit.
Yeah. Now a lot of people would rather sit at home. That's why they really have to make money on TV revenue and things like that, because now you got these big screens like we have here, and you got surround sound, and you got high def, and you're sitting there in a comfortable recliner.
Don't we have to deal with the jackass behind you spilling popcorn down your shirt?
Right. Yeah. Or a Steelers fan getting on you. But yeah, I mean, the at-home viewing is becoming so cool that I think a lot of people don't even want to leave their house.
Agreed.
And especially around here. I mean, there are some people out there that once you get used to doing that, and then all of a sudden it's 20 below and you're on Lake Erie in December, and then some sleet hits, and but I mean, the badasses, we love it. But I mean, there's a lot of people out there now that are like, I don't know, man. When I went to see the Browns play a couple times in Tampa, I mean, going to the game in shorts and tailgating in 80-degree weather. I mean, there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah, I had a couple friends that we would go to the game and we'd go to the bar before the game, but it was really cold. So they stayed at the bar and watched the game at the bar while we went to the game. I thought, what the hell are you doing? You have a chance to go see it live?
Pussies. Hey, Ashley, checking in. How you doing today, Ash? I thought the old man was going to stop by. I thought Jaybird was going to come down, but probably better off not. And then I was thinking about inviting Vike down too today, but I think he's a little busy heading into his new
Are you going to go out and see him, by the way? He's going to have a little party out at the bowling alley.
Yeah, West Side Bowl.
Yeah.
I forget when the date was.
It's a Friday. I think it's either this Friday or next. I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Friday.
I think it is, yeah.
What do I got tomorrow, Friday? I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
Okay. All right. So that was one of my things there about the sports and TV. And yeah, it's amazing when you think about that. No, that just shows that I'm getting really old is what that shows.
What's that?
When you start talking about these old days of TV.
that predate the co-host's birth is what makes it.
Yeah, it's like, man, that's sometimes I see things too that maybe like the anniversary of the first whatever, and you're sitting there going, wow, that was, maybe I wasn't born at that time, but that was very close to the time I was born. Or like when I was 10 years old, that was actually really something that was kind of new. That's the other day that one video popped up. Oh, here we go. Viking Jim's last day at the old job bash at the West Side Bowl.
July 16th.
July 16th.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to go wish the Vike best of luck.
You have to get there early while he's still conscious, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I saw the other day was the anniversary of the Sony Walkman. You know how many Sony Walkmans they sold throughout the years in different configurations?
I can imagine.
380 million. 380 million. And it started with the cassette, and then they had the CD player, and then a radio, and then I think they went to some kind of files, didn't they? Kind of like an iPod type deal. And then all of a sudden, man, the iPhone come out, and it was like, goodbye. Yep.
And we always had the knockoff. We didn't ever have the Sony. We had like the phony.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they still sell them every once in a while. You'll see them at like Big Lots, or I like to go to the electronics section at Big Lots, or that little shelf that they have at the dollar store. Right? That's my extent of the electronics store for me. You know, a real pair of like headphones. You get some of them,
the foamy ones.
Oh yeah, I get those. They're like $5, man. It's like, how could you not buy these for $5? Right. You know,
I don't want those things sticking in my ear. Give me old school.
Yeah, man. You know. Yeah. What else did I see not too long ago? That was the anniversary of something. Oh, I know what it was. Well, let's see. The first generation iPhone went on sale in 2007.
I have one still.
Do you?
Yep, I'm keeping it. I have every revision in my drawer.
Oh, okay.
Going to the museum.
Yeah, here it is. The Sony Walkman debuted in 1979. Wow. Now, which you don't really think 1979 was that long ago. So the Sony Walkman debuted in 1979. Over the next 30 years, they sold 385 million Walkmans, cassette, CD, mini disc. Mini disc didn't last too long.
No, they didn't.
Digital files. And then all of a sudden, the iPod came along, and it was like,
boom, gone.
Bye-bye. See you later. It was also the anniversary of Bill Clinton signing a law that allowed the e-signature to carry the same weight as a regular signature on paper and with an ink pen. Now think about that. That was something in technology that just happened recently, like 20 years ago, maybe that happened. And who would have thought?
I don't know. If you've seen my signature with my finger, it's just a couple of squiggles.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. But they had the, you know, that you think about that. Yeah. 21 years ago this week, Bill Clinton signed the e-signature bill to give the same legal validity to an electronic signature as a signature with a pen and ink. Now, could you imagine if they were doing the Declaration of Independence today with e-signature? The whole John Hancock thing would be totally out the window. It wouldn't mean anything. You know, everybody just push yes, you know.
Well, they had some style in their writing. Everybody's signature now sucks because we don't have to do it.
No, yeah, I just, and there it goes.
That counts.
Yeah, you know.
Mail it in.
But yeah, first Chevy Corvette rolled off the assembly line in 1953. Sold for $3,000.
I'll take one.
I saw the one, if you had the one with serial number 00003, sold for $750,000.
Bam.
Some of these cars are incredible for what they go for.
Yeah.
Neil Peart from Rush, his family is auctioning off his cars. He didn't have a very big collection. He had like 7 cars. He didn't have a red Barchetta. All his cars were silver. He liked all the silver ones. And the cars, I forget what year Corvette he had, but it was one that really looked good in silver. And what year did he have? I can't even think about it. But he had a Lamborghini that they think is going to go for 1.5 mil. And then he has like a Shelby Cobra that they think is going to get $1 million. It's amazing on some of these cars.
We'll watch the Bear Jackson every once in a while. We'll try to guess what they're going to appraise for. It surprises me sometimes of how much they get for these pretty common cars. I mean, they're beautiful. No, don't get me wrong, but they get a little inflated on that show.
Oh yeah. That's another thing. You know, you're getting old when you go to car shows because you remember them, you know, and you're like, oh, I remember that. Or my dad had one like that. That's what's really crazy is you see some cars that when you were growing up, they were advertised as transportation specials. And they turn out that they're really, you know, you look at them today and it's like, wow, that's a classic car. And you're thinking, well, back in the day, that was a transportation special going for $500, you know,
right?
Something just like a common car.
Get your ass to work car, right?
Yeah, yeah. And now somebody got one and fixed it up and it's in mint condition. And it's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Now, are you pretty good where you can like give the year and the model and all that kind of stuff? Not good at identifying?
I don't know anything like that.
No.
I'm terrible when it comes to that. The 57 Chevy. I know the 57 Chevy, you know.
Now, if you owned it, you knew everything about it. You're like, this is the Hemi and this Posse Jackson.
You know what? My problem is there is nothing out there that I'm really that like into. It's kind of amazing. Maybe I'm shallow, maybe I'm stupid, but I don't know. That's like, you know, we hired a new midday host at Y103, who I'm going to have to get on our podcast, Sandra Miller. And boy, she's a sweetheart, a great radio talent. And she used to work at WONE. She worked there for like about 22 years. And she was on the morning show there with Jeff Kinsbach from WMMS fame for about 5-6 years. And now she joined us and taken over for Lynn Davis, where she retired. And she is like one of them people that are like, first day there, she's like reading the manual on how to work some of this stuff. And it's like, I didn't even know we had a manual, you know.
They didn't bother handing it to you because they knew you'd say.
And now I, you know, but see, now she read the manual. And if there's something I want to know, I just say, hey, Sandra, you know, like Alexa, hey, Sandra, how do I put this in queue?
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
And see, maybe that's, you know, but there's a lot of stuff like that. It just seems like I don't know if I don't have time, if I'm lazy, or if I just have that superficial knowledge of it, and I'm happy with that. You know, it's not
nothing you obsess over, nothing where you really dig into because you just love it.
Not really.
All right,
not really. You know. Maybe riding my motorcycle, but I'm
fishing.
I
would say you probably are pretty particular about what you do in fishing.
I don't even know about that. After my son surpassed me by so far, you know, it's
he just ruined fishing for you. Damn it.
No. You know what? I'm happy at the level that I'm at on all that stuff, even with sports, and I have that level where I go, and you know, if it's like, I don't need to go much deeper than that.
Right.
You know, I'm there. Okay. I get it. I'm having some fun, or, oh, hey, that's a pretty cool car. Yeah, man. I remember one of my buddies had one like that or whatever. And to me, that's all I need. Although out at the Lube on Monday night, some guy come in with an old DeSoto, and this thing was bad to the bone. It was a convertible. I think it was a 57 DeSoto. And you might want to look up a
Yeah, I'm gonna look
57
that
DeSoto.
sucker and see
Big ass tail fins, and the exhaust of the car was in the tail fin. And instead of a gear shift, it had there's a picture of one. Instead of the see where the exhaust is,
Yes.
like in the tail fin, and then it has the two-tone. And he had the convertible, and it was like a yellowish color, and it didn't have a gear shift. It had the push button. Remember those? But now that's back in now,
Right.
But yeah, it's exactly like that. That might even be that car. 57 DeSoto Fire Fleet convertible. And those things are really cool. And what else did it have? Oh, you know what it had in it as an option? It had a record player.
Did it? No, it did.
It had a stock record player as an option.
How do you fit a record player in that car?
It was just like under the dash, and it was like about the size of a shoebox, and you would slide the records into it. But it was crazy. I don't know if it was just for 45s or if it was for albums as well.
Wow.
But this car had a record player in it.
Outfitted with a record player.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But that guy, he had that car. That thing was looking sweet. So to me, that's good. Yeah. Now, of course, other people would walk over and, lift up the hood and go, oh, man.
Point at those things.
Yeah,
look at that thing.
Oh, man, look at them carbs on there. And wow, that's original. To me, I don't know. I don't know. Is
but
that
you have appreciation for the beauty of the car, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
It's
got chrome, looks pretty, paint's beautiful.
Right. I mean, do I really have to waste my time focusing on all that other stuff and learning all that stuff? Or am I lazy? You tell me. What is it? Am I a slacker, or is it just like, okay, that's cool,
Cars frustrated me. Every time I had to work on it, I was no good at it, and it made me swear. So I didn't want to know anything about how the engine worked. So that was just me because I was pissed off about it.
Yep. All right. Randy Freeze checking in. How you doing, Randy? Rosemary checking in. She's probably drinking a margarita. She didn't win the money. She was one of our diehards trying to win the money and didn't get it. So
yeah, we're going to when I get back from this next trip, we're going to start another competition.
You know what? That'll be good too, because now we're looking at, could you believe we're looking at August already?
No, really.
Don't even get me started, man.
Yeah.
We are already looking at August.
Yep.
The days are getting shorter.
No, don't say that.
I hate to say that.
Longer.
I hate to say that, but it's I don't know. Hey, I got to say congratulations to our buddy Destin DeMarion, who's fishing on the Bass Masters. He's in 7th place right now for the tournament this weekend.
Nice.
So he'll definitely, if he can hang in there, and he'll definitely bring home some money, and maybe he'll get up there and bring home a nice big trophy too.
Awesome.
And of course, we had him on the podcast. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, here's another tech note. On this date in 1989, it was announced that for the first time, compact discs were outselling vinyl albums. And now we're back to the opposite. Just recently, vinyl outsold CDs.
Retro.
Now, see, I like CDs, though. I like CDs. They were one of my favorites, And here I go again. Is it, people like the warmth of vinyl and they like the sound. I mean, am I really into that much
you're
sound?
Piss some people off now.
Am I really into? No. I get it. Right? I get it. But I'm not, it doesn't really matter that much to me.
Right.
So is that good or bad?
I digitized all of my CDs and I threw them away. So everything's on digital now.
Yeah. Now I get digital to me is too tinny. I get, I get the warmth and the full spectrum, and I get the whole 9 yards. I understand it, but does it really matter to me? Maybe a little bit, but I mean, maybe even in my work,
Well, listen to even how people are listening to music. Like it used to be, you'd set up a hi-fi setup with big speakers and they could take advantage of that stuff. People are listening to little earbuds that are like, that's it.
A Bluetooth speaker. You put a little
really
Bluetooth
shitty
speaker.
Equipment and you don't need to produce great music anymore.
The first real stereo that I bought at Sears, and it was like, it was a little one. The speakers were about this big, components. It was components though. I had components, that was a big thing. Components,
street cred,
but it was like, it was a a turntable with an AM FM radio, and then it had, you know, 2 little speakers that I blew out because that once I got that and I discovered Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, I just cranked it all the way. Yep. And then I moved up, and then I bought a Panasonic from Penny's. And this one, it was actually kind of hokey though, but they had like bigger speakers, and it looked like you had 2 speakers in each one. But the bottom one was like just a resonator. So when the speaker would vibrate, it would give like a, you know, a little bit of bass thump or something. So that was number 2. But in the meantime, while all that stuff was going on, we had, you know, that's when Custom Sounds, Audio Warehouse, all those places that had those high-end, Harman Kardon and Marantz and all those, you know, Pioneer and just all these these components that were just state of the art.
Right.
And the turntables, where, you know, you would set the grams exactly on the tone arm, and they would get extra thick vinyl and special remixes and
premium needles.
Oh yeah. And cartridges. Oh, you would get a cartridge, and then they would have some of this really high-end stuff where they would take you into this room so you could just sit there and listen to it.
Be immersed in the sound.
Yeah, right. And it was like, and it was so expensive. And it was like, but I'll tell you what, nowadays that stuff is highly collectible too. You have some of that real high end. I went a couple of years ago. I went to, I forget what the name of the place is. It used to be the CBGB, the punk rock club in New York City. And now it's like this high-end boutique. One of the designers owns it. And I mean, probably the normal guy, you might be able to get a necktie for like $200 if that's in your range. And they have all kinds, you know, handmade Italian shoes, and they have silk scarves in there for you know, $300, and it just, you know, sports coats, you know, people like Eric Clapton and stuff would go to this place, but they had a section with all that high end stuff in there, and they were wanting top dollar. But it looked good. But I always kind of like the compact disc. Now here's something, you're talking about that. The other day I was out on my walk, and I made the mistake of going for a walk on trash day. You know, if you miss New York City, go walk around your neighborhood on trash day, because that's what it smells like. So I'm out there, and I'm looking at these people, and they threw away like this whole CD collection. And I mean,
that was me.
All good ones, but these were even the ones that had the little booklets in them and everything. And they had this whole collection. And, you know, the lady was standing out on the porch, and I said, "Are you throwing these away?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "You mean I could take these?" And there was like about 100 CDs, maybe 150, all in excellent mint condition. And they were all the ones with the little booklets and everything that went along with them. And I was like, damn.
Pay dirt.
I know. I was really excited. But we were talking about this the other day too, when it came to CDs. When CDs first came out, they were so expensive. And even the CD players, I think, were what, $1,000 when they first come out, like everything, you know. And when we were buying CDs to get, you know, CD 106 on the air, some of these things you couldn't find everywhere. And some of them would be European imports or whatever. And I remember we got Queen News of the World, and I think it cost $150. And at the time, all these little CD shops were opening up all over the place. And they had all these things in lock and key, and hey, is that Queen News of the World? You know, and the guy's practically like you're buying a gun, you know.
Yeah, take the security measures off.
Right. Is that it? And it was like, you know, $150. It was like $150. You got to be, you know, shitting me.
We had one dude in our neighborhood that had a nice, you know, rack system, and they had a CD player and a tape deck. So that if somebody bought a CD, we would just dub the shit out of it just to give it to everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was you know, file sharing at its finest.
Right.
Ringo Starr's birthday was yesterday. Ringo Starr, you really want to feel old, boys and girls. You really want to feel old. Ringo Starr, 82.
Holy crap.
82 years old.
Happy birthday, Ringo.
And how do these guys still function?
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's got to be something with, first of all, I'm sure these guys all have hair plants and Botox and everything else. Look at the normal 82-year-old guy
Doesn't
out
look
there.
like that.
I mean, even the Rolling Stones, how do they keep going? My dad passed away at 70 and he would have never been a Beatle,
Yeah.
I mean, do you just have, that much money that you have
the access to the best science, the best medicines, the best doctors. Yeah. They're keeping them nice and healthy.
Hair transplants and just anything that you could think of, even if you look a little old, you get a little Botox here and there or whatever, because the normal 70, 80-year-old person, they just don't look like that.
Well, now, if you had a personal trainer and they were with you at your beck and call, nutritionist at your beck and call, you'd be a different cat, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. yeah, you just need the guy with the little blue pills. I see Jaybird stopping by. We're going to get Jaybird on here in just a couple of minutes. Vike wasn't available, so we had to go one rung lower.
The B team.
You know how the guests, the chain of guests go around here. We start off, when it's like when we're really, really low, and then it's like, well, let's see what Vike is doing, and then Vike can't make it. Okay, Jaybird, you want to come down? So what's been going on, man? What's up? Oh, what do we got here, man?
Well, you tell me.
Oh, I get the taste.
I'm always a gentleman.
Oh, okay, there we are. See, now we're getting back to old school. This is how it was last summer when I didn't have a job and I could day drink, and we would come in drunk
Freddie,
for the podcast.
You had the opportunity. It knocked not once but twice, and we do not come back a third time. Just saying.
Here's what happened. I could have probably still been unemployed today if I would have just went to Key West with these guys.
Oh, and what a party you would have had.
That's when the call came through.
On 420, Kill the Dragon.
These guys are out, and they said, why don't you come to, we're going to ride. We're going to the tail of the dragon. We're going to go all through the south. We're going to ride through the mountains, all these twisty turnies, the whole 9 yards. And then we're going to go down to Key West. Why don't you come along? And then something come up where I really couldn't, but I was still not working. And like the day after these guys leave, I get the call from Y103 and it's like, hey, you want to come to work? And then it was like,
but Fred, come on. You're in the radio business here. Come on. It's your groupies. So what was it?
Definitely Jack right there. Some gentlemen. Man. Nice and smooth. Boy, yum, yum. So what'd you do this weekend, man? This past weekend?
My bike's finally done.
Okay.
After 9 weeks, I get to have it.
Okay. Did you go out anywhere? Did you guys go riding?
No, Scott come in. We've been experimenting with 4th of July, alcohol, cigars.
Okay. Now, the only thing I did, I had so much work and I had some family stuff going on. And I did get to go out. I just did a quick run up the Silver Shores on Conneaut Lake, and that was about it.
I'm really due for a trip down to New Philly.
Yeah,
Hog Heaven.
Yeah, we got to get down there very soon.
Yeah, this weekend, Southern Ohio. Yeah, I don't think we're really going to have the weather yet. But you know what we're really missing? Starting tomorrow, Gettysburg Bike Week.
Oh, man.
Buck Cherry's headlining. There's 5 other bands I'd like to tell you names, but I'll probably screw it up. Kix is one of them.
Blow My Fuse. That was a good album from Kix. Don't close your eyes, right? Don't close your eyes.
Yes.
Don't close your eyes.
Oh,
yeah.
The concerts I seen there in a time we had there, honest to God.
Speaking of which, Faster Pussycat is coming to Thelma's this weekend. And Enough's Enough is opening. And then Enough's Enough is going to be playing at El Cowboys, too, on Tuesday.
Oh, that's my buddy Scott from Tennessee.
What's up, man?
another music aficionado, and we also got to go out and test all local bars. You know,
Yeah,
gotta make sure that the liquor's not watered down.
Okay, so yeah, Gettysburg Bike Week this week. Of course, a little closer to home, Shorty's Chicken Roast out at the Brothers Regime Castle, man.
Dude, I'm telling you what, never been to Shorty's. You know what? I really don't think I'm going to be able to make it back into Gettysburg, but this may
$30, $30, all the food and beer you can handle all night. It starts in the day.
Bankrupt on my ass.
And I'm telling you, and you know what? And it's good stuff, man. I mean, like fried turkeys and all kinds of stuff. All your beer is taken care of, and you can camp out for free if you want. And
if it's for free, it's for me.
And also, on top of that, they have the world famous anatomy contest, which is just a free for all of people diving into a pile. And we'll probably be doing.
Could you define pile, please?
Yeah.
Pile anus, not so much.
And any part, any part of the anatomy.
The lucky dive gets it.
and also, I think they're going to be doing the Pierce body part contest again. And what's really funny about the Pierce body part contest is I was the host of this the last time, and our dearly beloved brother L, who has gone on, Big L, he won for the best male piercing for the Prince Albert. Now, see,
I hear that's still in the makings of getting to you. I think it was willed to you, but we got to go through probate yet. Just saying.
Yeah. What do you do, when somebody passes away that has a Prince Albert? Do you pass it on through the generations? Is that something that you go, here you put it on a chain, or do you
dick always a dick? I'm just saying.
Do you get do you actually go get a piercing so I can I'm wearing Dad's Prince Albert. This has been handed down for generations through the family. Kind of like that scene in Pulp Fiction with the watch, right? Except we don't have a watch. We have Dad's Prince Albert. This was Granddad's,
And I stopped here for this.
Granddad once won $10 in a bet when he hung a pair of keys and picked up a 6-pack of beer and dangled it off the end of it.
And wanted change. Shit.
Yeah. So yeah.
Why do I come here for this, Fred?
They will have the body piercing contest and the anatomy contest and just all kinds of crazy stuff like that.
I'm sure I'll be banned from this place.
And then after that, then Sunday I got to get up and go to my nephew's graduation party. So that's my weekend.
Free alcohol.
And then
are you allowed to vegetate in the corner?
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Oh no, at the graduation party, no.
Are you DJing it?
This is what gets me into trouble. See, I'll go out and I'll do something like that, like a big crazy bash like that, and the next day, then I have a family event, and then I come out and then I blow it.
You keep tapping the red box. Are we starting over? Or is
no,
that just,
the red.
Are you rubbing it in that was Shattered Dreams?
Yeah, Shattered Dreams. This is. Some people thought that this was the lucky prize box here, where we ended up with $1,300 in cash. But now this is the box of Shattered Dreams, as you say. I just locked it. I don't know if I can even open it now. I hope Joan. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, nothing inside.
I went in search of the Great American Dream at one time on my bike.
Yep.
I found a little red box just about that size.
Uh-huh.
Stamped on the inside, made in China.
Of course.
Just saying.
There's the American Dream for you. So what else were we talking about here? So the Shorty's Chicken Roast is coming up this weekend. That's always old school biker fun there, man. We'll be doing pole in the hole, the weenie bite. You're definitely going to have a weenie bite going on this weekend.
Oh, you haven't lived till you've seen that.
the Loaded Blue band will be playing. So it's just old school biker fun. They don't have parties like that much anymore. You know why? Because
I can remember when Chili was like that.
No, Chillicothe, the Chillicothe bike rally, folks.
That started out as Iron Ponies. Pony roast for Indian.
Yeah.
Larry. Yeah.
Oh, so that's how that whole thing got started.
Yes.
And then it turned into Sodom and Gomorrah shortly thereafter. At what point did that all come about?
I don't know, but boy, did I learn a lot. I took notes.
I remember the last time I went down there. Now, see, I was at like Thunder at the Cascades over in Newcastle. Remember Thunder at the Cascades? That was a lot of fun. And that was like some of the first rallies that I went to. And, there was a lot of, wet t-shirt contests there and slip and slides and anatomy contest and beads and all that kind of stuff. So, so I'm heading down to Chillicothe, down to Chile for the first time. And I'm thinking, oh, it must be like Thunder at the Cascades. So the first time I go down there, it's me, our buddy Bozo, and our buddy Crazy. Remember Crazy with the red, white, and blue bike?
Yes.
So Crazy, once we got off the freeway, thought it would be a good idea to stop and have a shot at any bar that had a bike parked out in front of it. So from the interstate to Chillicothe Fairgrounds, it was like we made a lot of stops. And I wasn't pounding because on top of it, me and Bozo had to drive back that night. So we're talking Chillicothe, and we have to ride back.
300-mile bike ride on in the middle BFE.
Right. So we go down there and we crashed the gate. We didn't realize we were crashing the gate, but we're following Crazy. He just goes, "Follow me." And we go, okay. Next thing you know,
watch this.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, So he goes blowing through the gate. We're right behind him. Like these guys are, hey, get back here, and they're like chasing after us. And we just kept on driving, After I realized what we had done, it was like, okay, I'm not stopping now. So now
I'm into this ass deep. Can't do it now. Stop. Nah.
So now we're in the campground, but we couldn't go into the main thing because we didn't have a stamp or anything, but we're in the campground. I get to the first intersection where I stop, and there's a woman standing there, bare ass naked, smoking a cigarette, like she's standing on the corner here on Federal Street waiting for a bus.
That was chilly. I mean, honest to God, it truly was. When you got in the campgrounds and the parade of fools all night.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And so then after that, then there were people there that had like bubble machines set up, and, women are just diving into the bubble machines, and everybody had swimming pools set up, and people are just sitting there skinny dipping.
Jello wrestling.
Yeah, you name it.
Yeah, it was so off the hook, but I mean, everybody was so laid back.
And then they'd have, spin the wheel and do something, and these women would just walk up and spin the wheel. And
I got a kick out of the board that always told you the biggest jugs. I mean, I was sort of into that one.
Yeah, then they had
VFW through it. God, thank you, our veterans.
Then they had the parade come through there, and it was insane.
Oh, what good times! I don't know what it's like now, but I'll tell you what, I paid $15 a night for 3 nights. It was so well worth it. What a great time.
And now I know a lot of you are saying, well, what happened with Crazy? Well, Crazy, he was in there. And so, you ride up and down these streets and inside the campground, and there's people in golf carts and that sort of thing. So he had his bike there, of course. Well, we know that. And he would just go up behind these golf carts and do burnouts and stuff. You'd put his front end up against it. And then something ended up happening where he blew up his bike, and his brother had to come down there with a flatbed or something. I mean, it went really downhill quick from there. But me and Bozo made it back in one piece. And
Chile is an experience, honest to God. It's something that needs to be lived. We can't really explain what the true thing is all about. But to be quite honest, pay for the overnight in the campgrounds, take notes and lots of pictures.
Oh,
Your wife will hate you, but it's a wonderful life.
Yeah, you got that right. But man, what a good time.
Oh, was it ever?
Oh, yeah. These wild biker parties, though, man, they are a blast. You got to admit, man, it's a lot of fun.
They're getting far and few between.
I know. Well, the people, the old schoolers are dying off, man. They're getting old, and You know,
don't you use that O word in front? That cost you a shot, dude.
Oh, geez, for using the O word. Okay, my bad.
So instead of jingles, we're drinking this evening.
To the first woman I ever saw at Chillicothe, standing there by the front gate, smoking a cigarette like she was waiting for a bus on Federal Street, bare ass naked. Honey, this one's for you. Memories. Yeah, memories of the way we used to be. Misty water-colored memories of the way
now I see
we
why
were.
Your singing career went to hell.
Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, let's see. On this date in 2006, Syd Barrett passed away, founder of Pink Floyd. Boy, that guy just blew his mind on acid, huh? How about that? You're the founder of one of the biggest bands of all times in the world, and you didn't even get a chance to enjoy it because you just blew your mind out on acid.
What a long, strange trip it's been.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, everybody knows this. Everybody knows the story about when they were recording Wish You Were Here, which was about him and Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And he walked into the studio when they were recording it.
Yes.
And they didn't even know it was him. And they saw him, and it really just bummed them out because they're like, oh, look what happened to this guy, man, this poor bastard. But yeah, very, very sad about Syd Barrett. Also, this is the anniversary of the last show that Led Zeppelin ever played with John Bonham. It was the end of their European tour. It happened in West Berlin. And the set list included Black Dog, The Rain Song, Hot Dog, All My Love, Trampled Underfoot, Since I've Been Loving You, Kashmir, Stairway to Heaven, Rock and Roll, and then they wrapped up the show with a 17-minute version of Whole Lotta Love. That's one.
What a show.
That's one band I would have really loved to have seen, Zeppelin. And they, you know, it's not like they were out of my realm or whatever, but I just never had a chance to go.
Growing up here, dude, unless it come into Cleveland or Pittsburgh, we didn't get much rock in here. Now, we did have local bands, and of course, God Bless Left End. Dude, everybody
you mentioned
here.
Left End. There you go.
Where we at, Joe?
And they used to play at Hot Day at Idora Park.
There you
and when
go.
they were playing there, they were playing at the Tomorrow Club. Okay, we got a lot of them. And maybe Boots Bell was there to host the show. Okay, I think we covered
you just
everybody.
never knew because that was WHOT Sprinkling for the longest time. Thank you very much.
All right, I think we covered all the necessary bases. We got to mention the mob and Jim Trafficking too in there somewhere.
Now, I'll tell you what. I
What?
was going back to the Flight 93 Memorial last week.
Oh, that's where you guys went. That's right. Vinny told me you guys went down there.
Fred,
tell me about that, because that is really, if you've never been there, this is something that's really moving, and it's really not that far away from here.
2.5 hours out down Route 30 through Pennsylvania, beautiful mountain roads. Ash is waiting and looking forward to riding again with you this September. She wants to go back down. So if we can do it on a memorial, let's do this. Anyhow, it's down in Shanksville. Certain things when you hit the main road, you got to remember that none of these roads were there. And this was a heavily forested area when that flight went down. And the complete history is there on the walk. When you're walking the black granite runway, it is the last seconds of the flight. And to think that anybody could think that little of human life,
that evil, the level of evil that went behind planning this, it's almost incomprehensible that people could actually come up with this idea and then actually carry it out.
Beautiful place, piss poor reason to have it. The museum, the last 3 phone calls are heartbreaking. The memorial wall.
Look at that, man. That doesn't even make my hair stand up now. It is so sad.
It is. It's really, but again, breathtaking place to go down and see. The chimes. The 40 voices are done. It was experimental for the first 3 times being down there. There's chimes, 1 tone for all 40 passengers. There's 40 different chimes. So. Man.
And it's really got to be moving. I don't even know if I could stand like hearing those people's last phone calls. Oh man, that's got to be tough. It's got to be rough.
It's quite the experience, to say the least. It's something. But again, beautiful place, beautiful ride.
And you know what's crazy about that crash? A lot of people saw that plane flying at a very low level over Youngstown,
over our town,
like low enough where they could see the people in this. I know a lot of people, because when you follow the path too, it turned around like right over Youngstown, right around Howland, and then it went back and
right
then
back.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there from this area that saw that, and to this day, there's still a little, because they could even see the people in it. That's how low it was flying, and that's what attracted the attention to so many people around here.
Well, it also at that point in time, you got to remember we have the first flights hit the first tower.
Yeah.
And then 7 minutes behind it, we had the second tower hit. Dude, but what beautiful place, sad way to gain a beautiful state park.
So that's something you would want to check out, even if you're not, you don't necessarily have to go there on a motorcycle. I mean, that's something for everybody.
Anybody can go there at any time. I mean, it's so, to read it, to understand it, and see the actual place where it happened, it's very, very touching.
I got to get on the ball, man. I got to get my ass moving here, because there's a lot of places that we haven't been to yet. We haven't been down to the Bullpen in Avila, Pennsylvania. That's a great one. We haven't been there yet. I haven't been to Cougar Bob's. I haven't been to Foxburg.
Dude, I've been on a Dyna. Okay. I feel not that a Dyna is a bad bike, but honest, I ride a bagger and it makes up for my riding. This thing, I feel every pebble and bump in the road. Yeah, I'm not used to this.
Getting back to the Zeppelin, I really give Robert Plant a lot of credit, because once John Bonham died, he says, you know what? This band is done. We're finished. We could never have Led Zeppelin again. I'm off to something else. There would be people milking this to this very day. There would be Zeppelin reunion tours. It might be Robert Plant and 3 other guys, and they'd still be calling it Zeppelin. You see people milk that kind of stuff forever. But Robert Plant, man, you have one of the biggest bands in the world. Also, even if him and Jimmy Page say we're getting back together, and John Paul Jones, and we're going to have John Bonham's son Jason on drums, could you imagine? And you know what? He doesn't even want to be a part of that. He's like, I don't want to be a part of the commercialism. I don't want anything to do with it.
You sent me to the Jason Bonham concert up in Cleveland 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Dude, what a show.
Yep.
Believe me, it isn't quite Zeppelin, but yeah, could you imagine if you put them all together with the son?
And you know what the thing is, though, about some of these bands, even now that they're not all the original members, the music is just that good that it draws people to it. It draws people to it. Like we were talking earlier, with Joe, when I said, a lot of this stuff I'm really like kind of superficial about. And I don't delve that deep into it. Like some people are motorcycle nuts, and some people are fishing nuts, and some people are this enthusiast, that enthusiast. I have a wide variety of interest, but I'm not that deep into it all, but that's the thing with like some of these bands, the people will go there, and if they have a band on stage and the sound is good and the songs are coming across so good and the songs sound perfect, they're like, hey man, it's the song that really is moving me.
Yeah.
But there's also that integrity. I get the integrity part too,
Yeah, nobody will ever.
But my motto is usually check your integrity at the door.
Give them a fair chance.
When you live in America these days, that's the motto. If you're a working man, if you're a working man in America, it's pretty much check your integrity at the door. And there's a life at the end of the parking lot. You drink to that. Nothing like the Gentleman Jack. You know what? I think it's the limestone water and the charcoal mellowed barrel that really does it.
The smoothness, the taste, the drinkability.
Something like that.
And thank God.
Or are we are we Elkies because we didn't even like grimace or anything? It doesn't like. See, that's the thing with
this
tequila.
don't make you grimace. Tequila, it's always
it's like. Yeah, or even sometimes regular Jack. If it hits you right, you're like, But this, it's like,
we
it's
need
sweet.
a big cigar.
Oh, if
A
we had a
bottle
cigar,
of Single Barrel.
You know what? We should have did that and sat outside here and
I knocked on the window. You wouldn't come out.
No, I know. That was the mistake you made. See, what you really want to do is barge in. Don't give me that option because
can Freddie come out and play today?
He's not looking. He's not looking. Hey,
hey.
Do you think he hears us? I don't think he hears us. He's not looking.
We were going to stick asses to the window, but figured it'd turn the cameras, and I can't handle that shit.
Wieners and beans. Franks and beans.
Nobody said your friends were normal.
All right, let's see. We covered Led Zeppelin. We covered Ringo Starr. We covered Syd Barrett. We covered the Sony Walkman. Oh, you know what today was too? Another thing in rock history. This was
no, I don't. Please tell me.
This is one of the most ill-fated things that had ever happened in the history of rock, and it's a interesting story. On this date in 1967, the Monkees started their 29-date tour with the opening act, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. That lasted exactly 6 shows.
I want to go up to Cleveland, go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I only want to lick his headband a couple minutes. You can have it back.
But isn't that something? I mean, and you know what? The Monkees were big fans of Jimmy. They insisted on that. And then, I guess it just got so crazy. The people that were there for Jimmy and the people that there for the Monkees just wasn't the right mix.
Could you imagine today if Hendrix was still alive and the guitar playing you'd have? He was so innovative, dude. He was wild. I loved him dearly. Honest to God, that man could rock his ass off. Could you imagine where would be? We had
one time,
Van Halen.
One time I was hanging out with Stevie Ray Vaughan is another guy I miss, man. Boy, if Stevie Ray Vaughan was still around, where would his music be at this point in time?
Still got to go back to my favorite Neil Young.
Oh, I love Neil, man. Neil.
He might be on his third liver, but it's all good.
Well, that's David Crosby. David Crosby's the one. They just have a zipper on him and they just throw a new one in when he burns them out. David Crosby, what a character, huh?
Sort of like SD Ram Unplugged.
Now, isn't that something, though? You got Crosby, Stills, Nash. You got Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And, they all want to kill David Crosby. They don't get along with each other. But when they get on stage, their harmonies and stuff are just, impeccable.
The magic.
They're magic on stage together. And you know what? I have to laugh, too, because, nowadays, for some people, they bash artists about, why are these musicians political? It's when weren't they political? The biggest political show I ever seen was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I mean, it was balls out. It was just
in Ohio,
Immigration Man. It was just balls out. It was wow, dude.
And we lived through it.
Am I watching the news or am I at a concert? But the music was so good. Then all of a sudden, here comes Neil Young playing Old Man or, sitting there just at a piano. Here's the lonely boy on the weekend.
I probably still have an album cover full of weed from 1970s up in the attic.
No, I don't think you do. If there was any weed left on it, I'm sure it would have been smoked by now. Don't tell me that
I'm not
one.
thinking as much.
Yeah, but the Monkees opened for the Jimi Hendrix opened for the Monkees, and that was a disaster.
Oh, can we give my son a plug?
I guess. You're here now. You might as well.
He's 17 years in the Navy right now.
Oh, salute. Thank you for your service.
So, hey, James, what's up, bud? Talk to you later.
There you go.
There's his plug.
All right, man. Very good.
Short, sweet.
Anything else you got to plug or?
No, I mean, can
so
I?
Where's our next ride?
Where's
our next? What do you want to do?
Plug freelance gynecology. I'm on the corner dash.
Oh, your freelance gynecology business. Yeah, if you want to give your number out, and if
if you're having a problem, give me a call. 1-800 doesn't stink.
Let's see what else we got here. I got a few things. I got all kinds of stuff now. And I'm back on the air. I just, got a million things. There was a good one.
So, on a serious note, good place to eat on this side of town. We were thinking of going up. Do you think Louis at Royal Oaks?
They might be if they have enough help. They might be up there.
Good place to eat in Youngstown, close to here.
Yeah, I would check out the Royal Oaks. Let's see. A lot of Guinness Book of World Records broken over the 4th of July weekend. Did you see Joey Chestnut?
Yes.
76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. The nearest competitor had 26. And the woman that won the hot dog eating contest weighed 112 pounds. And I think she ate 25 in 10 minutes.
No comment.
So what food would you be able to hang? Is there anything?
No, but them wiener eaters.
And the mountain oyster. You want to be in the mountain oyster contest, huh? I think you know what? There's several things I think I could do good in. Fried fish. I think I could tear up fried fish. Tacos. I love eating tacos. I might do good in the taco eating contest.
Bearded clam.
Dairy Queen. I think I could eat Dairy Queen cones without getting brain freeze.
Avoiding my question.
Dairy Queen, and what's another good one that tacos?
Handles.
It may be. Ice cream eating.
Oh,
now see, God. I don't get brain freeze like that.
No,
I could go at it.
Good ice cream or custard. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Now you're making me hungry. Tibbetswick.
Rita's.
Tibbetswick. Rita's.
Yeah. I think the what do they call that? Gelati. Yeah.
Oh.
Rita's gelati right now would really go good.
Can we put rum in that?
You could do whatever you want, man. Like that would stop you. What if I said no? No, you can't.
Here's to no.
Okay, some of the other records that were set over the weekend. There's a new world record for the world's largest goldfish. There is also a new world record for the biggest sandcastle. Yeah,
M&Ms.
stacking M&Ms.
5.
Yeah, 5 M&Ms. You would think I would think that if somebody said, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Yeah, 5 M&Ms, man. The dude set the record. Oh, he stacked M&Ms. Well, how many did you do? 5.
Think you can do 5 after this? You ready?
Yeah, 5 M&Ms. Let's see what else we got here. Somebody grew the world's largest cherry. And how big?
Oh, come on, man! Most cherries were 8 before they were 7. Fred, let's be realistic.
How big do you think the world's biggest cherry is? What's the world record? Weight wise, how much do you think the world's biggest cherry weighed?
I'll go thinking heavy, 50 pounds.
1.6 ounces. You're way off, man.
Do you know how happy I could be with 1.6 ounces? Well,
Springfield is.
All right, what else?
3-eyed cherries. Okay?
They set the record for the world's biggest goldfish. I don't know what that was. World's biggest cherry. World's largest sandcastle was broke this weekend. And this is my favorite. They set the record for the world's longest slip and slide.
Oh, dude, a little bit of Dawn dish soap, a little bit of water.
World's longest slip and slide. They went 2,000. They almost went a half mile, 2,021 feet.
Could you imagine? What a blast, huh?
And you know what?
Beer in one hand.
Are you ready for this? You hit it right on the head. You know where this took place?
West Virginia.
Hell yeah!
Yes, West by God, Virginia.
And who sponsored the contest?
Willie
Natty
Nelson.
Light. Natty Light.
Natty Light. If you have never ever been down to the New River Gorge, and dude, I'm telling you what, we stayed at. It began with an A. Nonetheless, we had going zip lining, and every platform there was a cooler of beer. It was the coolest thing. So, the whitewater raft, and again, lunchtime, cooler of beer, end of the ride, bus ride back. You had to put on your helmet on the short bus. but nonetheless, you could drink. It was all good. Beer
I would
at the
say.
end of the ride.
How about this guy? Florida man in the news for something that isn't goofy. Florida man decided to spend the holiday weekend cleaning his house. He found an old Powerball ticket that was worth $1 million.
And they're only good for what, 12 or 18
Well,
months?
he got it in there. That would be me. My luck does not run like that. I'm not the guy that, I walked into the casino and put in $1 and I won the big
day late, dollar short.
Yeah,
that's me.
That would never happen to me. I would be the guy that would show up there and they would say, oh yeah, this lotto ticket, if you would have been here yesterday before it expired. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that would have been the big one. But I guess that's
I guess you got the big one all the way up to here.
all right. We'll do one last thing. And I don't think they even do this anymore. It used to be a big thing back in the day. If you got a gold record, if you were an artist and you got a gold record,
platinum,
that was a big thing. And then platinum and multi-platinum. Well, the gold record was issued originally for an album. If you had $1 million in sales, then you would get a gold record. Now, if you
who was our first?
I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. Well, you're going to have to hold on here a second. I'm going to give you the first gold record for an album and the first gold record for a 45. Now, for a single, you had to sell 1 million copies. And for an album, you had to sell $1 million worth of records.
Someplace along, I'm thinking Frankie Avalon.
1958, the first album to earn a gold record, for $1 million in sales was
Elvis.
Nope.
Elvis or Beatles?
I'll give you a hint. No, none. Musical. 1958. Musical.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to drink to this, and I'm lost.
Not Gone with the Wind. No, Gone with the Wind wasn't a musical. You're thinking of Sound of Music. It wasn't Sound of Music. It wasn't West Side Story. It wasn't The Music Man. Why do I know all these musicals? That's not good. It wasn't Fiddler on the Roof.
No.
You know what? My dad loved musicals. My dad had he knew.
Dude, I can remember watching Lawrence Welk. And
did you ever see the Lawrence Welk Orchestra doing One Toke Over the Line?
Yes.
You owe it to yourself. If you've never checked that out, check out the Lawrence Welk Orchestra doing One Toke Over the Line. Sweet Jesus, One Toke Over the Line. They got Bobby and Sissy doing the clogging dancing and stuff.
Yes. Oh my God. The memories.
1 and a 2, a wonderful, wonderful.
Green Acres, Petticoat Junction.
And tomorrow I'm going to pee in your town. So anyways, the first album to earn a gold record for $1 million in sales was the soundtrack to Oklahoma,
where the wind comes blowing down the rain.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oklahoma. First album to win.
I'll sign a contract to that.
Okay. And then the first 45, the first single to sell 1 million copies to earn a gold record was Perry Como. No, that's Don Ho. Don Ho. Oh, speaking of hoes, I got it.
Don't bring my ex into this, Fred.
Speaking of hoes, that was another record set over the weekend. A guy balanced a hoe on his head for 2 hours.
That's freaking talent.
No, not somebody.
I go 5 minutes on the mustache ride.
No. This didn't happen on Lower Market Street in Youngstown. I'm talking about the garden implement. The garden implement, not what you're thinking. So anyways, getting back to Perry.
What you says doesn't matter at this point. So it's all about what I'm thinking, dude. Get this right.
So getting back to Perry Como. What was the first 45 to earn a gold record for 1 million sales? 1958.
I was born in 61, dude. I could have been swallowed before this.
And it wasn't hot diggity dog diggity boom what you do to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't that one. Perry Como, catch a falling star and put it in a basket. Put it in. My mom used to sing that song all the time. That's the name of the song, Catch a Falling Star by Perry Como.
Wouldn't know it.
First 45 to earn a gold record for selling 1 million copies.
I'll tell you what, I do not remember radio in the house, but I remember the black and white TV with the rabbit ears. And
we did a whole thing. You should have been here a little earlier. We were on a tear about that earlier. Oh, yeah.
The remote was smack you in the head, get up and change the channel.
Yeah. And hey, stand right there and hold on to that. Wait, move it over there.
Left your left leg a little bit, just a hair.
You know what I remember too about watching TV back in the day? The one thing that my dad hated rock and roll. Now, my mom, she kind of got a little bit with the Beatles and stuff, and she still to this day likes Rod Stewart, and she has a couple. My dad was one of those rock and roll haters. My old man, he hated rock and roll, and anytime like somebody would come on the Ed Sullivan Show or any of those variety shows, actually he was the modern, he was the before Beavis and Butthead, because they would be on and he would make so many comments
about what was happening.
Right. Hey, yeah. Okay. Oh, dude, that's lame. That's lame. Oh, here comes this guy, and he would make fun of every person, how they looked. I can remember when Mongo Jerry came on some show, and the singer Mongo Jerry, what that guy looks like. My old man was so hilarious. It was funny watching him or listening to him, because he was like, my dad was just so quick with that stuff. And he would just sit there and tear these guys apart. And it was like, Dad, I'm trying to watch this. I think this is the coolest thing. I was waiting to see these guys. And another thing he would always be, it's nothing but rhythm. That's all rhythm. That's all rhythm.
It's all about the rhythm. Mrs. Stroke put out it's all over, kid.
No, but I can remember that was the big thing whenever any of these rock bands would come on, whether it was Elvis, the Beatles, the Doors. I never really had a chance to sit there and like watch it and go, oh, it's so freaking cool. I still thought it was cool, but he's just sitting there like.
Do you remember when Elvis come on? The first time, then second time they could only film from the waist up.
Yeah, well, that's like me, but that's because I don't want to show. No, that's because I don't want people to see my belly.
And this is why we have Fast Freddie, people. I don't. It was the best 15 seconds.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I don't want people to see my belly. I don't want people to see my man boobs. Let's kind of keep it like up here.
But they're pierced, dude. They could get.
Well, the nipples are. You know what? I hurt my nipple though. The pierced nipple. I've been putting Neosporin on. I don't know what.
Tell me about it.
No, I'll tell you what. It's
This is Dr. J, and I'm listening.
Well, let me tell you, Dr. J. I'll tell you one of the most painful events I ever had. Back in the day, me and my son were wrestling because my one son, Matt, he's a huge wrestling fan.
Would you like to elaborate on wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
Are we talking physical holds?
Oh, yeah. No. Well, pro wrestling. We're talking the real wrestling, pro wrestling, like The Undertaker.
So we knew what we were in for, right?
Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, the real wrestling. That's what I'm talking about. So we smell
what The Rock is cooking?
Right. So we're wrestling around, and my nipple ring got caught on the mattress, and I go and I flip him over, and the next thing you know, it was just like rip.
And yet I felt nothing.
And I'll tell you what, that thing was bleeding like a stuck pig. Oh.
Yeah, no, not for me, dude. Just saying.
But like I say, I don't know if I twisted it or what, or got caught on something. But I'll tell you what, right now I'm experiencing a minor nipple pain. I have a little trauma here.
Retroactive.
Yeah.
Wow. So like when you're doing this and it's on acid, it's
yeah, pretty much. All right, we did Jimi Hendrix. We did the Sony Walkman. Do you remember when you bought your first Sony Walkman? It came out in 1979, the very first one. They
I
sold
graduated
385 million Sony Walkmans.
I graduated in 79.
Well,
79, we
okay.
are divine.
So did you get your Sony Walkman there? Do you have one? Get that for like graduation gift?
No, I didn't even get it for fucking bar mitzvah, dude.
Okay.
Just saying.
Then I guess you're ass out on that.
Ass out. Count me.
Let's see. 1962, Jimi Hendrix honorably discharged from the 101st Airborne.
Could you imagine Hendrix falling from an airplane?
Are you ready for this? Well, that's why he got discharged. He broke his ankle on his 26th jump.
That's Kentucky. 101. I was USA Medac, so MASH, hello.
At Fort Knox, your entire career.
Stuck there, dude. I couldn't get out of the freaking place. I tried. Every crap duty.
And you know what? I got to salute all veterans, especially this guy. You know, they say, oh, man, you stood up, you answered the call for your country. No, actually, Judge Bailey said, hey, after that DUI, you're either going to go to jail or you better come up with a way to pay for this.
I'm going to the Army on Monday, Judge. Thank you very much.
Army or
nice
jail.
Day.
Army or jail. Hey, I'm a patriot anyways. Nah, yeah, you know, I'm joking about that. All right, one more here. It's getting close. I'm sure Joe wants to get the heck out. Oh, what was this? That hand gesture.
The gentleman's calling.
Oh, I think we finished this.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You don't think this flask is empty? Does that sound empty to you?
God.
A little more in there. No, I'm good on that. All right. Anyways, we'll do one or two more here, and then I've had.
Why
enough.
you put the cap on?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to spill it on any of the gear. Passing across the table.
Alcohol to evaporate, dude.
Yeah, but that's also alcohol abuse. Do you really want to see a
go there with me?
Gentleman Jack laying on the table? I don't think you want to see that. I really
have
don't
to
think
have
you want
a-
to see that. That's the last thing you want to see is a puddle of Gentleman Jack laying on that table, especially when we're that close to the bottom of the flask. I really don't think that's what you're looking for.
Who asked you to think?
Let's see. First gold record, we did that. We did the Beatles. We did Jimi Hendrix. We did Pink Floyd. Oh, on this date in 1968, Pink Floyd kicked off their first 20-date North American tour at a place called the Kinetic Playground in Chicago. Now,
What album we talking?
1968. But anyways, I wanted to talk more about the club, the Kinetic Playground in Chicago. You know how we had the Tomorrow Club and all the bands played there when they first started out, Kiss and Judas Priest and the Ramones and the Police.
Do you realize what we had here in town?
How about this one? At that time, the Kinetic Cellar, the Kinetic Playground in Chicago, these were the bands. Here, listen to this list of up-and-coming bands at that time. Pink Floyd, The Doors, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, The Who, Janis Joplin, The Dead, Deep Purple, Vanilla Fudge, the Fleetwood Mac Blues Band with Peter Green and those guys. Can you imagine the stories that some of these old burnouts have to tell about that place?
Fleetwood Mac. Could you imagine being with Stevie Nicks and her writing the sad songs and making you play them?
Yeah. Welcome to Lindsey Buckingham's world. But there's another band there. You know, they had
a
all
whole
that
different
drama.
thing.
You know, they had all that drama going on. But you know what? I think it's
dude. They were a good band.
It's that
years.
drama that drives those songs, though. That's what it is. It's the drama that drives those songs, man. You know, that makes people. You know, it's the emotion in those songs, and that's what does it. You know,
and see, sort of when going up through Kent. Beautiful ride on the bike again, go up 43, 59, come back across. Dude, go seeing a rock, the history there. I mean, honest to Pete, do you realize what we have in Ohio?
Oh, I know.
Plus, cheap cost of living, good tax base.
You know, lakes. If you're a outdoorsman, mountains, lakes, streams, Lake Erie.
Within hours, we deep in the heart of PA.
Sports. Oh man, that's why I got to get the Cougar Bob's. I haven't been there.
Oh,
and
we got to go,
ticking.
brother. We got to go.
Time is ticking. I haven't been to Kinzua Dam. I want to go.
I got my
man.
bike back tomorrow. Should it not rain, I will go pick it up.
It's going to have to be a Sunday for me though, because every Saturday, I think I got something every Saturday now until September, until Labor Day.
Do you realize
I'm right back in that
9 weeks?
groove,
My
man.
bike's been in the shop.
I'm back in that groove.
Let's go.
Well, we're going to have
Sunday's going to have to be ours. Or, dude, nothing's open on Monday in Pennsylvania. Sorry, Pennsylvania, but I don't mean to mock you, but open up some fucking restaurants on Monday. Give me a bar at least.
Oh, where else I stopped Sunday or Monday, whatever day. I went up. I did the little thing. I went to Silver Shores.
Nice little place.
And Conneaut. Then I went over to the hotel at the park. There was nothing going on there. I don't think they had their liquor license. They have that little tiki bar.
Supposed to be open under new
I don't know what's going on there. So then from there, I took a little run up to the break wall up in Conneaut, and then that was it. And that was my day. I was going to call you and Vinny, but I got such a late start, and I just didn't.
We got Dan. Come on, loud bike, 30-inch wheel in the front.
Dangerous Dan. Right.
Last time we rode with him, we were with you.
Yeah. Where do we go?
A whole way across northern coast, man. We started up.
Below
Erie and
all the way. Yeah, we did it all. Crow's Nest, the whole 9 yards.
Crow's Nest still had the awesomest perch sandwich so far.
Yeah,
we got to finish that ride too, brother. We got to go up and see
Sandusky, man. We have not been to Sandusky.
I was there and it was closed, and I was really upset.
The old Sandusky Fish Company, man.
I was up there during bike week. And it was closed, dude.
Wow.
Water was high on us. It was all the way up to the patio deck.
Mm-hmm. We will continue to sample the perch on Lake Erie, but this summer's buzzing by too fast. Man,
I'm telling you,
there are some benefits to being unemployed. Let me tell you, folks, do not scoff at the deadbeat lifestyle. Don't knock it until you try it.
Wait a minute.
And I tried it, my friend. I messed up and smoked weed with Jay Bird again. Okay. Are there any outdated wedding traditions that we should do away with?
Chicken dance.
That's number one as my favorite. The chicken dance. What are you, a commie?
Roll out the barrel, dude.
Are you a commie? The hokey pokey? You don't want to.
I know what the freaking hokey pokey is.
That's what it's all about. When you go to a wedding and when you get an invite, don't you say, "Man, I hope Fast Freddie's the DJ and I hope he plays the chicken dance at least 3 or 4 times when we get there"?
I'm hoping you're not there because I'm not going to drink as much without you.
All right.
Just saying you're a bad influence. Those under 18 might want to tune off at this point in time.
Only 1 in 4 people who've been married say the bride's family should still be expected to pay. No kidding. Right.
We're going to pay in the end, dude, because honest, it ain't staying together. Just
24% don't think that white dresses at weddings should be the rule. Yeah, in this day and age. Yeah, really. I mean,
Monica Lewinsky might testify differently. Just saying. Go again, please.
Okay, here's a good one. And these are people that will probably never get married. 5% say that wedding rings are unnecessary. Yeah, exactly. There ain't one woman out there. These are all single guys too that will be single for the rest of their life. Honey, I don't need a little piece of metal and a little stone to profess my love for you. My true love is from my heart.
Deep in my heart.
Actually,
I have a massive tomorrow.
I would be cheapening our relationship if it was based on a little piece of gold band
on my hand.
That means nothing as opposed to what I have in my heart for you. These deep, true feelings are what really matters, honey.
So much to me. Till death do us part. Y'all got that stuff?
until I find somebody new. Once you start putting on a few pounds. Oh, wait.
We may say a little different. So we're going in unaltered states, just saying.
5% say rings are not necessary for the wedding.
Look, Ansta says this is cool, dude. What's your damn problem?
11% say that the bouquet toss is dumb. I don't know. I like the bouquet
Never caught
toss,
one.
You know. Well, that's the garter. 26% say they would ditch the garter toss. Now, that's women. Women are saying, we're not going to throw in a garter toss. But I'll tell you what.
Myself, I would love to smell what the new bride smells like. I mean, just saying.
Well, you're a pervert.
Seven
now, see,
senses.
But see, you shouldn't say that. Now, see, it's because of that pervert, creepy attitude that they're saying. You're going to get a pervert out there. You're going to get some creepy dude like Jay that wants to sniff it. You know, I mean, come on.
I want it, dude. I want it fair and square in front of all of you. So if I sniff it, it's on me. Thank you very much. I earned this right.
We're not talking that. We're not talking the garter. We're talking the garter belt. We're not talking a thong or panties or something.
Look at here, dude. When you're my age and you're single and the shit comes your way,
you're
thank you, God. It's a blessing. Thank you, Jesus.
You're sniffing, man. I'm sniffing. So, anyways.
Anyhow, let's change this around real quick.
But it's crazy though on how the garter toss has evolved over the years. Because before now, I mean, you got dudes diving in head first, pulling them out with their teeth and stuff.
Could you very much throw a pair of crotchless panties, Freddie? Just saying, she might be a little excited.
Can we change this now to edible panties? Can we do that? Is that asking too much?
Juicy fruit mofo.
I'm gonna pay $1 to dance with the bride. I might as well at least
get a buck half out of it. I'm ahead at that point. Do you get where I'm coming from? I want a value for my buck here, dude.
Oh, geez, yeah. You know,
why did you let me in?
That's a good question. Why didn't let you in? Did you see me ever get up and open the door here? Did I ever get up and move from this seat at any point in time?
Yeah, you knew I was here though.
Yeah, I caught you out of the corner of my eye and
regretting it since.
Yeah, you know. All right, I don't know. Did I get everything? What else was I going to say about weddings? Don't do it. That's what I'm saying.
You know what it costs you? Dude, if you can live with them with no contract for 10, 15 years. I went 10, it didn't really pan out.
Right.
So, I mean, if you can take 11 to 15 years, it might be worth leaving or something in your will at the time. However... yeah, no, not so much. These bitches are evil.
All right. Well, I think at this point in time, we might as well wrap this up. This thing went downhill really fast. I got to get back to getting real guests and legitimate people, and not a guy smoking a vape pen and drinking Gentleman Jack and, you know.
And you
sniffing panties and, you know, I mean, really, you know, hey, I'm back on the radio. I got to keep this semi-respectable again.
I'm here as
I got a real job now. It's not like I was a bum, man. You know,
yeah. I'm here as like a dating service. I am single, no kids, don't want no more. If you like to travel, have fun, drink a lot, and party in public, man, that a little nudity might be involved, but just saying.
There you go. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I have to have the Bachelor of the Week segment here.
Let me be the first. Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. I'll tell you what, though. No, ladies, I'll tell you what. Jay is a good time, man. I mean, if you're looking for a guy, if you're an adventure, if you want to jump on a motorcycle and go riding somewhere and just having a good time, let me tell you, our motorcycle riding crew, everybody got their little crews, but we have a good time when we go. We do.
Yes, sir. We certainly do.
When we go, it's like a lap a minute. And if you like to travel, if you like to party,
good food, good times, good.
And if you're wearing crotchless panties, or if you got some kind of lingerie that this man can sniff, he's the one you're looking for.
I love edibles.
He loves edibles more than you can imagine. Whether it's panties or any other edibles, I'm for it. If it tastes good, I'm going to eat it.
Right there with you, brother.
Now, my question is, after all of this, and I'm going to get serious here.
I need to eat.
Now that the flask is empty, my serious question is,
where are we
do
going
you
from
think
here?
that there's anybody out here at this point that is still listening to this nonsense? Yes. Thank you for being a part of my scientific project here. I wanted to see how far and how big of a glutton for punishment you really were. How long could you sit here and do this?
Are you for real?
I have been sitting here for 2 hours. 2 freaking hours. Like I have nothing better to do. I got to get back to professional guests, though, I think. I really do. I have to get people that really have something to say.
Thank you very fucking much.
Hey, no offense, Jay. No offense. Don't take this the wrong way, but I mean.
But it is what it is, people. Do you hear this? And I give him some freaking good time. Made lots of dollar bills on a pole, but who's to say when you're buying Harley parts? Just saying.
Cheeseburgers ain't free. Harley parts ain't free.
You know it. And how? Nobody told me HD was $100 minimum. Do you realize wheels are cheaper than Harley parts?
There's not much. You know what always gets me to? Why are motorcycle tires more expensive than car tires? Can you
You're
explain
only
that
using
to me?
half of them.
I know. Somebody explain that to me.
Hold on.
No, don't explain that to me. Okay, he's gonna hit the.
I need to regenerate.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, I think we're just gonna wrap this whole stupid nonsense up here. Joe just kind of disappeared. Our producer Joe. We had a good conversation going on. We're talking about Elon Musk and this and that and the other thing. And then the next thing you know, and he called you in. Joe was the one. The producer called you in.
Yep.
Damn.
I was sitting in Dingles getting drunk.
Yeah. And then you said, hey, Fast Freddie's doing a podcast. Maybe we should go down. I'll fill up this flask with Gentleman Jack and we'll go down. And I got the vape pen.
Dude,
and
got a half gallon at home.
Really? Half gallon. Wow. Half a gallon now.
Well,
a half a gallon. You probably have a half a gallon at this point. You stay stocked up? Oh, what's your bar like? What do you have at home? What kind of alcohol do you have stocked up?
I bring it.
Oh, you bring it. Okay, so you don't even have your own.
Oh, yeah. My Jaybird special, of course. Miller Lite and apple ale. Oh, yeah. Do it with the green apple.
I haven't tried the green apple yet. Bites, snake bites. I'll tell you, snake bites. I haven't had a snake bite in a while.
That's what I'm drinking.
Really? That's what you're on right now? Well, you're on a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't even know. Would need CSI Miami to come in here and figure out what you're on. You know?
Good time, enjoy.
The only person we're missing here is Viking Jim. Damn it. We needed the Vike down here.
Yeah, where the hell you at, Vike? I appreciate you leaving me brother hanging, HBO.
Hey, how about Vike left the radio station? He's going to be working with Purple Cat now. He's done.
Good place, dude. Honest God,
they do such great work.
Yes,
really.
They do.
Yep.
Louis, it's his brother, isn't it?
JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big supporter of that. And Vike's working there now, so he's got
nice
his big
cause. I mean, honest to God, it truly is. They have their own radio and zoo and farm and
and then they have like these new things here where they have like cabins where families can go and get a break from things and everything. Because I'll tell you, if you have a special needs adult child, I mean, you know what?
Dude,
you really need a little time off. And I can't say enough good things about, Gold String, Purple Cat. I mean, the work that they do is phenomenal.
They were around a lot longer than people are aware of.
And they just do such an awesome job, man.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Chuck was tuning in and he says, Freddie and Jay, you're cracking me up. All right, we got a good one.
Chuck Antonucci.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Chuck, where are we riding bikes, buddy? Text me. I'm waiting.
Okay. He slurred his words now. I didn't even understand what he said at that break. I think it's time. When we can't understand what Jay Bird's saying, I think that means it's time to go.
I need water, dude. I got cotton mouth so bad.
Go figure it out. I wonder why. All right. Well, what do you say? We wrap it up. Where's our next ride going to be, man? Where are we heading? Cougar Bob's? We heading the bullpen in a villa?
Hog heaven.
Hog heaven. Hog heaven.
Southern Ohio. Oh my God, dude. 39.9.
Yeah, we could do that. And where's that place we went? Where was that? Bolivia? When they had the that one bar we went to during the COVID, but it was still a biker bar, and they had that thing there that said free beer, and you opened up and there was a snake jumped out at you.
Yes.
It was right in the hog heaven, right in that area.
I'm thinking off
Bolivar.
Like 881.
Is it called Bolivar? Bolivar? Yeah,
Bolivar. How was it? The bar. I do remember it. Big amphitheater.
Right. But since it was COVID, everybody was kind of like, and it wasn't really jamming, but it looked like it was cool.
How about Sugar Creek?
Oh, you know what? We still got to get that. We have all that video. I got to get on Mario. We did an awesome ride. And I really got to get on the ball on that because it's coming up in September. It's the anniversary of Neil Peart's first bicycle ride of 100 miles. Before a show at Richfield Coliseum, he rode a bicycle 100 miles.
And we did this. Honest to God, I gained a whole new respect.
We did the ride all the way down through Amish country and down through I even forget the name of the places, but me and Jay did the whole ride. And then in his book, he writes about how when he would come back and play, he would always ride his motorcycle through all those things.
Route.
So we followed the same route that he did. We started in Richfield at the site of the Coliseum, and then we went all the way down. I think it was
and dude, he liked good food.
Yep.
But pedaling that bicycle, oh my God.
Wadsworth, I think we went through Wadsworth.
Yeah.
Was that one Mechanicsville? Maybe was it Mechanicsville? McConnellsville. I don't know. Then the place where the general store was, and we followed his whole route, and we went to all the places that he had mentioned in his book. And I'll tell you what, we had a blast.
Jerry Garcia's love child.
Oh yeah, this woman had to be Jerry Garcia's love child. She was like a stone cold hippie from 1969. She stepped out of a time warp, and we were like, the only thing was missing was a Volkswagen bus. But I got that video and I got it halfway edited down. I still haven't been able to figure out what I want to do with it because I mean, some of the riding sequences didn't really translate that well, but each of the places we stopped at this one place, and there was this general store there, and they had these crazy vintage signs there. They had an old 7-Up sign on the side of the building, and they had 2 Golden Age soda signs on the top. And me and Jay are looking in this place, and it's a shithole. I mean, it is just stacked up with stuff, but they had like a soda fountain in there and everything. And then all of a sudden we're taking pictures and stuff, and we see a guy inside, and then he comes out and just like stares at us. The next thing you know is we're leaving. There's a sign on there like condemned by the health department. This dude thought we were from the health department coming over there and checking.
Taking pictures.
Yeah, we're taking pictures and we're looking in this place. And it was
kind of this old 1950s, 60s antiques.
But then they had new stuff, and it was just a shithole. And then the fire station was next door, and some people were out washing their cars. And then there was some guy sitting on his front porch. So we start coming up there. We wanted to talk to them. The doors went down on the fire department. Everybody just scattered and they shut their doors. And
Stranger danger.
You know, everybody talks about, hey, small town America and the friendly folk in small town America. We went to this other place.
Who the hell were these long hairs?
You know, so we go to this other little like village, and it was the hometown for one of the dudes from the Backstreet Boys of all places. You would never DeWalt, maybe it was DeWitt, I don't know. So we go to this little town, and we wanted to ask people, hey, did anybody know the dude from the Backstreet Boys or New Kids on the Block, one of those bands? And it's just this little hick town. And then there was this guy at this car lot at this mechanic shop, and he was working on this like old Bonneville ragtop, you know. And we just walked over and we're looking at it, and we go like, hey man, what year is this? And the dude was like, I'm busy, I don't have time, and can't you see I'm working? And it was like, where's this friendly hometown, small town hospitality that I heard of? Every place we went, people looked at us and were like shutting doors, slamming doors in our faces. It was really kind of crazy.
Yeah, PA.
No, that was Ohio. That was PA. No, that's all Southern Ohio. That's all Southern Ohio, because we went right straight through Ohio. And then when we got down to Sugar Creek, what's Sugar Creek famous for? Are you ready?
The cuckoo clock.
The world's biggest cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
And we stood there and watched the world's biggest cuckoo clock.
Every 15 minutes.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, silly me.
Dude, because then we went across and we went up 77 or 71 and went home. Went up to Canton.
Guinness Book of World Records.
The Guinness Book of World Records. I'm gonna get in there one day. And Genesis book. The Book of Genesis. Do you know what the Book of Genesis is all about? All right, let's wrap this nonsense up. I got to get the hell out of here. I had a long day. Some of us got to go to work tomorrow. All right, Lori Mercer, we'll talk to you later. Lori just tuned in. All right, we're done. We're done. You know, we're ready to wrap this up. All right, guys. Scott, Jay, thanks for stopping by. And we're going to wrap this thing up.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us. Thank you.